All right, sorry, folks, there was a disturbance. Please go back to enjoying your evening. Like, yeah, guy just got shot, but don't let that prevent you from drinking and gambling.
Just another night at the club, guys.
It's just another night at the club. Go back to what you Jedi business. Go back to your drinks.
Yes.
That's basically what it was. This is just Nazi business. Go back to your drinks.
I also like when the other club owner tries to get Sam. it's like
he tries to buy him.
Just straight up says nope.
Nope. Oh, I love Sam.
I ain't got no way to spend the money I got. Like, okay.
Best part was he was a drummer. He didn't know how to play the piano. But what they did was they had a piano that was actually playing the music, and Dooley Wilson, the actor, was actually just watching the piano player and perfectly miming the hand motions, which is actually pretty cool. Which I think is really funny, because it's like, if he was that good at hand miming, he might as well have just played the song for real. But good credit to him. And again, another really good classic movie. I mean, these are probably, like I said, these are three of the best movies ever made. Three of the greatest films. Most people will agree. You're not gonna find a lot of people who would watch one of these movies and be like, that was bad. Like I said, I got nitpicky, and that was the only negatives I could find.
They are cinematic masterpieces.
This movie is also really funny. Like, I wasn't expecting Casablanca to make me laugh out loud as much as it did, but it did. So, give it a lot of credit. Again, three very classic films, three great movies. How do you choose a winner? Well, we're about at that point. So, I of course, the big build-up is who's the commission going to choose, but you guys can choose a winner if you want to. Dan, do you actually have a winner?
Yes, I do. I have my winner.
Okay.
It is sealed in this envelope. I do not even know the answer. Oh, wait. That doesn't...
It's sealed in a non-existent envelope, a nondescript envelope.
I don't know who the winner is somehow. No. My pick is Casablanca.
Casablanca. Any particular reason? Any particular standout?
Because it means White House.
Oh, well, it does mean that, so... Okay. Shannon, would you be able to pick a winner out of these three?
Of course.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
And what's the...
Hands down, Casablanca.
Casablanca. And what's your reason for that?
Just a great movie all around. It's got the drama, the romance, it's just got it all. And then, to top it all off, you've got great actor in Humphrey Bogart playing in the film.
All right, guys. Well, the name of the game is that Chris has to choose a winner. It's the whole reason we made this podcast. I have to choose a winner. It's a very
the second sweep on the show.
It's going to be a very tough decision, but if I had to choose a winner between these three movies of which one that I enjoyed the best and also would objectively say is the best, I would go with... Yes, this is a clean sweep. I would pick Casablanca.
Good choice. You get to sleep in the house tonight.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
It's snowing out, guys. He's lucky.
I'm very happy that I made the correct decision. Like I said, Gone with the Wind was a great movie, but it has the...
It's just a bit too long.
It's a detriment that the film went as long as it did, and it didn't have to be. Split that into two movies, and I would say Gone with the Wind Part 1 would probably be one of the greatest things ever, and Part 2, like I said, in my opinion, started off a little weaker, got strong at the end. Wizard of Oz, great classic movie. Objectively, I can't say it's better than Casablanca, because Casablanca has the whole picture. Wizard of Oz is a fun fantasy romp with great characters, colorful settings, music and everything, iconic soundtrack. But I can't objectively say that it's better than a movie. Like, Casablanca, to me, is one of those movies that from start to finish was practically perfect. It had great acting, great chemistry, a great plot line. It surprises you with its ending. There's there's not much else that can really be said about it. It's there's a reason why these films are deemed untouchable, and that's a great example why. You know, Wizard of Oz has been parodied time and time again. Gone with the Wind and Casablanca have been quoted endlessly. You can't
quoted so much has been quoted wrong.
It has indeed been quoted wrong. The line "play it again, Sam" is not a real line. He does say "play it again," but as after he says the word "Sam" and then an entire 3 sentences, then he says "play it again." Like I said, Wizard of Oz, as fun as it is, and this is not a bad thing, but compared to these two, is
childish.
It's goofy. It can't beat Casablanca in that respect.
A reason why it's one of the first movies I saw as a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. Wizard of Oz, anybody of any age can watch it and appreciate it, but you have to be a little bit older to understand and appreciate why Casablanca is as good as it is. And Gone with the Wind, thankfully, I saw it with the part 1 and part 2 breaks because, man, that movie could have wreaked havoc on my bladder. Kind of like Return of the King did. So that's it. Casablanca with another sweep. That's our first 2 episodes of Cinematic Triple Threat were clean sweeps. I don't know if we'll have this again, if we're going to have a trio on the next episode, but if you guys are interested in joining us for the next episode, or if anybody would like to join us, you are more than welcome to.
What is the next episode, Chris?
Oh, well, I'm so glad you asked, Dan. It is going to be a romantic comedy triple threat in the respect to the fact that it's going to be February. And 2 of the movies were actually on the request list. The third we came up with because if you guys have heard of a little holiday called Groundhog Day, that happens in February. So it's actually appropriate, and Groundhog Day is also considered a romantic comedy. So it technically fits the genre. We've selected The Princess Bride. This was a request given to me by a former coworker named Jason Hamill, who I also trained at Interventions at Epcot. And When Harry Met Sally, considered to be the best romantic comedy of all time, or at least one of them, requested by former Harry Potter coworker of mine, James Clay Smith. First name James, middle name Clay, but we all call him Clay. Good friend and former roommate of another good friend of mine. So, The Princess Bride versus Groundhog Day versus When Harry Met Sally is the next episode. And that wraps up this classic cinema edition of the Cinematic Triple Threat. Again, if you guys liked what you heard, want to throw some movies out there to request and maybe even be on the episode where we do your request, you can submit them on the Cinematic Triple Threat Facebook page or the CKCC Facebook page or directly through Filling the Void Podcast Network. Submit anything you want to Blake, and I'm sure he would be more than happy to pass the message on to me. Which wraps the romantic comedies coming next, and of course we got a whole list of stuff and things to do. Again, this podcast airs on the 15th and 30th of every month, except for, of course, for February, where it ends on the last day. So be sure to tune in, listen to this, and check out all the great stuff at the Club Kayfabe Creative Community. This will conclude the Cinematic Triple Threat Episode 2. It's time to lower the curtains and sign off. And because we did classic movies, please stay tuned for our coming attractions. Because, trailers were at the end of the movies back then. Indeed. So on behalf of my beautiful wife Shannon and my good friend Dan, I bid you farewell. Tune in to another episode of Cinematic Triple Threat on February the 15th for romantic comedies doing battle. See you guys then.
Bye.